What's up, everybody? Now, as the title of this video suggests, we're going to be talking about why buying a car right now today isn't such a good idea and how you'll be able to most likely get that car for much less in just a few months, right? Now, guys, in the past recent weeks, a lot of the industries have been suffering, right? I mean, the stock market is being battered, and then you have the airlines that are going through a very rough time. And just about 2 days ago, we learned that Warren Buffett sold all his shares in airlines because he's looking into the future and he doesn't see how they will be able to make a lot of profits, and all their money will just be going back to debts that they have to be taking out right now. Then we have the cruise line industry, who are all without income and have been for quite some time now, and the CDC doesn't seem like it will be giving them the green light anytime soon for them to start cruising again. Now, oil companies have also been battered because we now have so much oil and literally have no way to use it, and even worse, nowhere to store it. Now, in the midst of all this, people have been also focusing on the housing market and looking out for a crash, but that hasn't happened as yet. But what is happening right now is that the automobile industry is having a very rough time. You see, nobody is buying cars right now. No one is interested in upgrading their car or finally getting a new car. Instead, people just really want to see who can buy the most toilet paper and hoard the most meat. Now, if you're still hoarding toilet paper, then please, guys, just stop that now. It wasn't necessary 3 weeks ago, and it still isn't necessary right now, okay? So don't do it anymore. Now, guys, if this is the very first time here for you, my name is Ian, and here on this channel I talk about money or making money, investing, and personal finance. So give this video a thumbs up and I'll really appreciate it. And also consider subscribing to this channel and hitting the notification icon so you can get updated when I post a new video. And guys, I post videos here every single day. Now back to cars. So the demand for cars right now is very little, so much so that car dealers have too many cars and not enough buyers. And in some cases, they really have no buyers, right? I mean, this is similar to the oil crisis, but it just hasn't gotten as bad as that yet. So we have all the cars for sale and new models about to be released for the upcoming year, and no one is buying them. Now, guys, this isn't anything complicated, right? We know how this goes. It's the simple rule of supply and demand. You have a lot of oil and no demand for it, then it's worth much less and nobody wants it, right? The same applies to cars now. Lots of cars and no demand for them, so the prices are dropping, and they haven't reached that point where prices are slashed as much as they will be as yet. But that's most likely coming very soon. Now, in addition to the demand problem, we are now going to be facing the problem of financing in the car industry, right? Now, what happens when people don't work? They don't make any money, and it doesn't seem as if the government will be passing that $2,000 a month stimulus package. So people have all these cars that they financed, and now they have more important things to do with the little money that they have, like buying soap, ammunition, and of course, toilet paper. So here now comes the problem of these car loans going into default, and you guys know the rest of the story there, right? Now, think about the last time we had a recession. The housing market went all the way down. But think about what happened in the months or even 2 years leading up to the crash. It was very easy for people to get finance for homes, and the economy was also doing extremely well and better than what a lot of analysts had predicted. I mean, people were getting finance for homes that they shouldn't have and they could not afford in the first place. Now, the same goes for car loans. You have people getting approved for car loans when the repayment is going to be more than 50% off their take-home pay. Now that's ridiculous. And if you think so, drop me a comment down below. Now, what happens when these people couldn't afford the houses in the first place, lost their jobs, or just couldn't keep up with the payments? Do you remember? Well, they began losing their cars and homes. Now, when this happens, what do banks do? Well, they begin tightening up the requirements to get financing, and so it's much harder for the same people to be able to qualify for loans to get cars, and now many of those that could get approved can no longer do so. So this then in turn adds on to the problem because people who want to buy cars can't either, so the cars sit on the lot and the supply becomes even more. Now, if this continues, then the car manufacturers, because they are a business, right? And just like any other business, if their products, or in this case cars, don't sell, then they don't make any money. And if they don't make any money, then they go bankrupt. So to stay afloat, they have to give the cars away. I mean, forget about the profits now. They need the money so that they can stay afloat, so when the economy bounces back, they can be in business then. So with that said, car prices will fall to levels that buyers would never have seen them at, no matter what sale was happening. Now, why do I think that this is going to be the case now? Well, I don't have a magical globe that tells me these things, right? But right now, looking back even just 6 months or a year ago, people who had very low credit scores, large amounts of debt, and very little income could easily get car loans and just about any car. I mean, people were able to buy cars that they just couldn't afford. Now, importantly, just because you can make the payments on a car doesn't mean that you can afford it, right? Unless you want to spend your entire life in debt, but that's something for another video. So seeing this, it really looks exactly like what happened the last time, and I could see the car industry getting hit really hard in the coming weeks and months if the economy doesn't bounce back before then. Now, you may be wondering, how does this even happen in the first place? I mean, how or why do people who can't really afford cars get duped into the bad loans that set them up for disaster? Well, the simple answer is greed. And guys, not from the people getting the loans. These finance companies and banks will charge you more interest if you have a lower credit score and if you put less money down or no money down, which is always a bad idea, by the way. So by doing this, they just pad your entire repayments with a few dollars every month, which adds up to thousands more in the long run. So giving people loans that you know they can't afford is, one, very unethical at the very least, and two, just really makes these finance companies and banks look like the greedy people that they really are. You see, they never really lose. If you don't pay your loan, then they repossess your stuff and sell it for what it's worth, and then they get covered and you lose the car and all the payments that you've made to date. Now, why do you guys think that car dealers now have in-house financing? They won't even give you a chance to leave the lot without buying. I mean, you could have $0 or 0 cents and they will find a way to have you driving off the lot in a brand new car that's double your annual salary, right? I mean, we've gotten used to seeing this every day, that it's like the norm now, but it shouldn't be that way. Now, car dealers make huge amounts of profits and these finance companies make a lot of money on these subprime borrowers, right? So the next time you hop on over to the car lot to look at cars, don't think that all the in-house service is just because the car dealership wants to save you some time and money. Surely they may want to save you some time and save themselves some time, but they definitely don't want to save you any money. I guarantee it. So with all that said, if things progress the same way, car prices will be going down in a few weeks to a few months. And if you were saving to purchase a car, then you may very well be able to get that same car at a huge discount later on. Now, these are my thoughts on what's happening in the car industry right now, and I'd like to know what you guys think. Do you think this is a repeat or going to be a repeat of what happened back in 2008, 2009? Or do you think that it doesn't matter and the prices of vehicles will stay the same? Drop me a comment down below and share your thoughts on this one with me. Now guys, if you're still watching this video right now, I want you to, one, give this video a thumbs up so it can be recommended and shown to more people to help them out, and also share this video with anyone or anywhere you think it may be able to help someone out. Now, secondly, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, right now is the time to do so. And guys, remember, turn on notifications so you can get the updates when I post a new video, which is every single day here on YouTube. Now, if you aren't investing, right now is a good time to begin, and I'm leaving a link down below in the description to WEBULL, which is a very easy to use and a beginner friendly investment platform and app, right? And when you sign up with the link down below and invest at least $100, you will receive 2 free stocks, which can be valued at up to over $1,000. So with that said, be sure to check out WEBULL, link down below in the description. And guys, until tomorrow, all the best. Adios.